Super Mario Galaxy was an amazing game. However, its sequel's often criticized for one glaring problem. Its biggest issue? Well, it's not its level design, it's the strange fact they decided to change how entering levels works. Instead of one big ship where you can walk to every connected stage, the sequel brings back a rudimentary map to simplify everything. A lot of people recognize how they stripped down the hub world for a linear design and minimal story. Ironically, Shigeru Miyamoto said they wanted a simple world map so players could focus on action rather than getting to each game course. On paper, this shouldn't make or break a game, right? Well, unfortunately, no. When you introduce a menu to get to courses instead of being able to know where each course is and walk to it, it breaks immersion. It's like if Super Mario 64 didn't have a castle and entering where the castle was simply brought you to a level select. I mean, this issue has been talked about before, so you would think Nintendo would have learned. Well, I wouldn't be talking about this if other games didn't keep making the same mistake. I really enjoyed playing through Donkey Kong Country Returns for the 3DS. It features every world and level connected through Kong Island with the end always in sight. It makes the adventure feel like one continuous journey instead of a series of disconnected levels. So why did Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze throw this away? Instead of expanding on the original idea, the game splits the adventure across 6 separate islands. Each world has about the same number of levels as before, but now every time you finish one, you're suddenly somewhere completely different. It makes the world feel less like a place you're exploring and more like a menu of levels. For most of the game, you can't even see your final destination. In fact, you probably forgot what you're working towards until the last island appears. Nothing was stopping the developers from putting forests, beaches, volcanoes, and factories on one giant island like the original game did. All the sequel had to do was change up the areas and change up the levels. And this isn't just a Donkey Kong problem. Take Mario and Luigi Brothership. Ironically, it's a game whose entire theme is about connecting people, yet the world itself is split into separate islands. Almost every island feels like its own isolated side quest. You arrive, solve the local problem, leave, and rarely think about it again. Because of that, the adventure never feels like it's building towards one larger journey. This makes the game itself feel very samey, especially since most NPCs look like the same potato and act the same too. Compare that to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, or especially Bowser's Inside Story. Those games take place in one interconnected world. Every area feels distinct, but they're all part of the same kingdom. Walking from one location to another makes the world feel real because every place exists alongside every other place. If Mario and Luigi Brothership was one giant island, keeping the goal of activating lighthouses the same, the game would feel so much better. Teleporters and map transitions are a cheap and rather lazy way to get around. Walking to areas is proven time and time again to make for a better game. They figured out the formula decades ago and still make obviously flawed experiences. So why do games keep creating this issue? Maybe it's because it's easier to design separate worlds than one giant interconnected one. Maybe it's because modern games often prioritize convenience over immersion. That's Shigeru Miyamoto's greatest flaw. Making games too simple takes away from them. Mario and Luigi Brothership feels like baby's first RPG. Mario Galaxy 2 feels like a low-effort sequel. Games started upgrading to have its map connected around the Wii U era with new Super Mario Bros. U and Super Mario 3D World, yet we still regress. I definitely hope to see a change for the better in the future. And let me know if you've ever thought about this.